Now, there was speculation all through yesterday, all through the last few weeks after the audacious bid by Elon Musk of $44 billion to buy Twitter. Many said he must be out of his mind. The company seems to pretty much always make a loss. But he set himself up, Musk, as an advocate, a champion of free speech. And there are many of us, like myself, that have been big Twitter users over the years that have genuinely noticed a real difference in how we're treated by Twitter because our voices are seen to be on the centre-right of the political spectrum. So 3 cheers for Elon Musk is what I thought, but now I wonder, does he actually know what he's doing? Well, Will Guyatt is a technology journalist and knows a little bit more about the nuts and bolts of this than I do. Will, it's a big move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bold. I said I'd eat my hat if it happened, and it's actually happened, so I'm probably going to have to eat my hat now. But until the press release was out yesterday, Nigel, I genuinely didn't believe this was going to happen, and I've been following that company since it was formed. For me, he's now got it. He's shown he's got the money, but does he know how to run a company like that? He's got Tesla, he's got SpaceX and his other interests. And although they're very separate companies, you can't help but wonder if he's trying to seek influence and build, let's say, Tesla in China, what's not to say the Chinese government might say to him, we've got some problems with Twitter. Could you discuss those at the same time?
Well,
you're a businessman, so you'll understand these things better.
That's interesting because Jeff Bezos asked that question overnight. The second richest man in the world was asking questions about the richest man's acquisition. But as I understand it, Twitter was suspended in China some years ago.
Yeah, but they are still talking, and there's still influence about Twitter and the use of state accounts and those sorts of things on the platform. The biggest challenge for me is what comes next, because Elon Musk has been really vocal about what he's going to do to Twitter. Yeah. He's been really clear and said, I want to restore public trust. I'm going to show you how the algorithm works. It's open source. So it means you could get a developer or somebody, Nigel, to look at it to see if you're feeling about being marginalised or not supported by the platform or not having your tweets shown by people.
I really mean that. Well,
you'll be able to prove it. You'll be able to prove it.
I can see over the last couple of years, the stuff I put out gets far less traction. Now, it could be that I'm very boring now. I don't know.
I was just about to, and I wouldn't suggest that you are, but what you will now be able to prove is once and for all, if he promises to do what he's saying, you'll be able to prove whether you've been penalised or not. At the same time, he's also saying, he said in a statement yesterday, I'm going to get rid of the bots on the platform, which has been the problem, and also I want accounts to be authenticated human beings. Those are the two big problems that Twitter has been facing for the 15 years of its existence. So if he's rolling in on day one and suggesting he's going to fix that, he's setting a really high bar. At the same time, though, he's already suggested to staff that these plush offices they've got in central San Francisco are going to be turned into a homeless hostel because nobody's doing any work. He's not making friends and influencing people within the company. Now, he might be the one saying, I'm going to make all of these changes, but he's going to need engineers and people to do it because he can't actually do all the coding and change the platform himself. But it is admirable what he's suggesting. And I've said ever since, even though I said I didn't believe it was true, I said this was either the best thing for Twitter or the worst thing for Twitter. I still don't know which one it is.
Well, he'll have to fight the culture within. A friend of mine spoke to a quite senior Twitter executive in Europe. When my name was mentioned, the air went blue.
Well, I'm not surprised.
No, well, nor am I. But that does show there is a culture. There is an inbuilt bias within Twitter. And we saw that, I think, very much in the last presidential elections in the USA, especially over Hunter Biden. Will Guyatt, really interesting. Do come back and tell us, because the battle now, as you say, is not to take the company over. That's done. It's how to change the company from within. And it won't be easy. But he is, let's put it, a remarkable man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.